Have you ever wondered how many figures that we have had so far from the study series line? We started in 2018. Today, we'll go over every single study series figures in the Transformers study series line. The line started with the study series 01 Bumblebee, which was the 1977 Chevrolet Camaro model of Bumblebee, the very first design of Bumblebee in live-action movie ever. Then we have study series 02 Stingers from the Extinction movie, the very first figure of Stingers that was not a repaint from any Bumblebee figures. And then we have study series 03 Crowbar from the Dark of the Moon movie. This was our very first figures of Crowbar, another rest member after the crankcase from the Dark of the Moon line. Next is study series 04 Ratchet, which was the model from Transformers 1 and 2 movie. This Ratchet was basically just a slightly improved version from the Dark of the Moon Deluxe class. Then we have study series 05 Optimus Prime, which represents his design from the Revenge of the Fallen movie, now come with the two iconic battle plates from the Forest Battle. Then we have study series 06 Starstream, which represents his design from the Transformers 1 movie. This Starstream only had one weapon, which was a rocket launcher from the first movie. Then study series 07 was study series Leader Class Grimlock from the Extinction movie. At the time, this figure was a huge step up in comparison to any Grimlock model that we have seen from the Extinction and the Last Night toy lines. Then we have study series 08 Blackout from the Transformers 1 movie. Very similar to Grimlock, this was a huge step up for Blackout figures in comparison to the previous design that traced back all the way to 2007. Then we have study series 09 Thundercracker, which was basically just a concept art figure. The figure was an exclusive figure that belonged to Toy R Us, and the mold was made directly on that the Last Night Voyager class Nitro Zeus figures. Number 10 was study series Jazz figures from the Transformers 1 movie. The figure was also an incredible model after the Deluxe class figure from 2007 and after the Human Alliance model of Jazz. Then we have study series number 11 Lockdown from the Extinction movie. The figures was a remolded version from the Last Night Cogman figures, but with much more accurate molded detail for Lockdown. Number 12 was study series Brawl from the Transformers 1 movie. This was a very accurate looking model of Brawl. The only limiting factor for these figures was the articulation. And number 13 was the most beloved version of Megatron from the movie, The Revenge of the Fallen Tank Megatron. Details and articulation of these figures was superb. The only downside was the paint colors. Then we have study series number 14 Ironhide. The model and the plastic quality of this figure was so good, and this figure was so rare that the price was so high for these figures even until now. Then number 15 were the exact same figures as study series 01 Bumblebee, but now come with a Charlie figures and some extra part for the car, and some stickers. Number 16 was a repaint version of study series 04 Ratchet, this time represented the Dark of the Moon design. The figures also come with an Iron Blaster from Dark of the Moon this time instead of the Thor from the Transformers 1 movie. Number 17 was a repainted version of Lockdown, naming Shadow Rider. This figure was supposed to represent some of the soldiers that Lockdown has on his ship. Then we have study series number 18 Bumblebee, which was the very first design from the Bumblebee movie. The figures was mainly based on the concept art model of Bumblebee from the 2018 movie, that's why he still have the big wings. Then we have study series number 19, an exclusive model from San Diego Comic-Con. This was a repainted version of the study series 01 Bumblebee again. And then number 20 was also an exclusive figure from San Diego Comic-Con. This time was the repainted version of study series Bumblebee movie number 18. Then number 21 was a repaint version of study series 06 Starstream, this time to represent the tattoo version that he has on the Revenge of the Fallen movie and the Dark of the Moon movie. Number 22 was the study series Dropkick that's based on his helicopter mode from the 2018 movie. Even until now, this figure is still one of the weakest study series figures. Number 23 was study series KSI Sentry, which was a repainted and remolded version from study series 02 Singers. Number 24 and number 25 was the double packet of study series number 18 Bumblebee and the Last Night Bumblebee figures. This was a Target exclusive double figures. Then number 26, we have another Bumblebee. This time it's the Last Night World War II Bumblebee. This was also one of the weakest study series figures until now. Then number 27 was a re-release of study series 01, but now with improvement in terms of the paint up, and it also got a metal pin inside the backpack. Number 28 was 33 Barricade from the Transformer 1 movie. This figure was so good at the time because it looked just like the scaled down version of the movie masterpiece Barricade figures. And number 29 was 33 Sideswipe from the Dark of the Moon movie. This figure was so good and is still the better figures of 33 Sideswipe. Then we have a repainted version of 33 Crowbars, now named Crankcase. These figures could have been so much better if they just used the last 9 Berserker mold to make Crankcase. Then number 31 was a repainted version with battle damage from 33 13 Megatron. These figures was pretty much the same as the 30 series number 13 Megatron except for the different head and some paint application. Then, number 32 was the improved version of Study Series Optimus Prime figures. Different from Study Series 05, this time this version have a cleaner backpack and it can combine with Study Series Jetfire as well as the Study Series Dark of the Moon trailer. Number 33 was Study Series Bone Crusher from the Transformer 1 movie. These figures was a huge improvement in comparison to the 2007 Deluxe Class figures of Bone Crusher. And number 34 was our very first ever leader class figures of a Dark of the Moon Megatron design. Although these figures was not perfect by any means, but it was still really good that it come with an actual cloth piece for the kit as well as the Egon figure. Then we have Study Series 35 Jetfire, and this figure was so incredible that it looks so accurate to the movie, and it also have 3 modes, a jet mode, the robot mode, and the combined mode with Optimus Prime figures. And at the time, Hasbro didn't even announce the official combined mode for these figures because there was some extra part that could be combined into the huge gun for Optimus Prime. Number 36 was 33 The Last Night Rift, which was basically just a remolded version from the Last Night Deluxe Class figures with a new head and 3 mini Dinobots. And then number 37 was when things got interested when we actually got the first combiner ever to form our Study Series Devastator. This was Study Series Rampage, one of the feet of Devastator, and all of the combiners will have 3 different modes, the robot mode, the vehicle mode, and the combined mode. Study Series 38 was the Bumblebee movie model of Optimus Prime. At the time, this was such a good figure that it was a brand new mold that looked relatively accurate to what Optimus Prime appears in the Bumblebee movie. Then number 39 was Study Series Cogman, which was basically a repainted version from the Deluxe Class The Last Night Premier version Cogman. This figure was so interesting that the head is basically a Headmaster transformable figure. It can actually sit into the vehicle mode and drive the car. Then number 40 was Study Series Shatter, the car version. This figure was so upsetting at the time. One thing because the quality was not good. Second thing was that the head was based on the 1 second that Shatter actually had the battle mask on. Number 41 was the second Constructicon, Shrap Metal, which was the mini bot that got killed to revive Megatron. And number 42 was the Autofeed Long Haul. It was such a fantastic combiner that looked good in all 3 modes. And the robot mode looks just so accurate to the design on the movie, except that it was too small. Number 43 was Chaos iBoss, which was the straight repaint from the Nitro Zeus figures from the Last Night movie. These original figures of Nitro Zeus was already so good in 2017, and with this new paint apps look even better, although still not being accurate to the movie. And number 44 was the incredible Dark of the Moon Optimus design that actually come with the trailer. So this was basically the Study Series number 32, got repainted and got exchanged some part to represent the Dark of the Moon design, and now it comes with a trailer that can transform into the weapon ring and the jet wing. Number 45 was Study Series Deluxe Class Rift from the Devastator movie, which looks so much better than the Last Night mold. This version is now much skinnier in comparison to the Last Night version, and it's also shorter so that it can scale better with the Study Series line. It's Study Series 46 Dropkick, which is the car version that looks much more movie accurate to the robot mode of Dropkick in the movie. Number 47 was Study Series High Tower, which was based on the concept art of this combiner, and of course it can combine to form the Devastator. Number 48 was a repainted version of the Dark of the Moon Megatron Study Series 34, but this time it's come with less accessory. This was supposed to represent how the Universal Ride Megatron looked like. And number 49 was a brand new mold of Study Series Bumblebee, which was supposed to represent the 2007 Chevrolet Camaro Bumblebee. And number 50 was Study Series World War II Hot Rod, which was basically just a remodeled version of Study Series World War II Bumblebee. And number 51 was the incredible Study Series Dark of the Moon Soundwave. This time it doesn't come with any weapons, but just with Laserbeam. Number 52 was the Deluxe Class 3-pack RC, Elita 1, and Chromia. This was the first and also the only time that we have seen multiple figures got packaged into one regular release, not any anniversary release. Next was Study Series Mixmaster, another combiners. Mixmaster is definitely one of the best combiner inside the Devastator set, especially when these figures have to transform into the head of Devastator. Number 54 was Study Series Transformer 1 Megatron, which come with an extremely nice paint app. Despite how chunky these figures look, especially in the legs region, but these figures still come with premium articulation. Next, we have the first leader class combiner from the Devastator set, Scavenger. This figure was made directly on the design of Demolisher in robot mode. Then, for number 56, we have Study Series Dark of the Moon Shockwave, which arguably is still one of the best Study Series figures ever. And these figures even come with two very scale accurately figures, Brain and Willy. Number 57 was the Off-Road Bumblebee, which was basically the Jeep design of Bumblebee in the Bumblebee movie. Surprisingly, this Jeep Bumblebee is still one of the best Bumblebee figures in the Study Series line. Number 58 was our very first member of the three wreckers for the Dark of the Moon movie. Study Series Roadbuster looked incredible, and this was the only member of the wreckers that we didn't really get a figures for when the Dark of the Moon movie came out. Number 59 was Study Series Shattered. This time it's a jet Shattered, and it looked way more accurate than the car Shatters that came out before. Number 60 was Study Series Trapper, which was arguably one of the best combiners from the Devastator set. Then number 61, we have the incredible Study Series Sentinel Prime. This time it's a Voyager class figures, but it still looks incredible. The detail looks so good, so accurate for these figures. The only aspect that this figure was lacking was the accessory. Then number 62, we have the Revenge of the Fallen design of Southway. This time transforming into his Shadowlight mode in the Revenge of the Fallen movie. Number 63 was the second addition to the Study Series Wreckers. These figures look incredible and so movie accurate, much more movie accurate in comparison to the Dark of the Moon version. Number 64 was Study Series Clip Jumper from the Bumblebee movie. This was definitely one of the weakest design for the Study Series line. Number 65 was Study Series Blitzwing for the Bumblebee movie. This was definitely one of my favorite design for Seekers. This was the very first figures that turned out to be different from the proportional image and became better than the promotional image. Number 66 was Study Series Overload, which was pretty much the last Decepticon at the time to actually have us form Devastator. And of course, to make Devastator movie accurate, we need Study Series Skipjack to replace for Study Series Rampage. And number 68 was our Target exclusive Study Series Leadfoot, the last member from the Dark of the Moon Wreckers. And Study Series number 69, this nice number belonged to the huge box set of Study Series Devastator. At the time, this Study Series Devastator was so disappointing that it looked so much different, it looked so much worse than what was reviewed as a Ray model in 2018. But fortunately, with the help of DNA Design Upgrade Kit, we actually could still make the Study Series Devastator look movie accurate. And honestly, this period was definitely the peak time of Study Series line. And Study Series number 70 was the B-127 design from the Bumblebee movie. This figures was definitely one of the figures that are in need of an upgrade. Next, Study Series 71 was the Dark of the Moon Dino figures, which was definitely one of the best deluxe class figures until now. Then number 72 was the Study Series Bumblebee movie Starstream, which was the original mold for the many Seekers figures for the Bumblebee movie until now. Then number 73 was Study Series Rhindor, which was basically a repainted version with improved parts from the Study Series 0A Blackout. This time, instead of Scorponok, Rhindor comes with Ravage. Next is Study Series number 74 Bumblebee, which is basically a repainted and slightly remolded version of Study Series 49 Bumblebee, and now coming with Sam Witwicky. Next, Study Series 75 is John from the Revenge of the Fallen movie, the important Autobot that had combined Optimusprime with Jetfire. Then number 76 was Study Series Curse, which was a remolded version of Study Series Starstream. Then number 77 was Study Series Nest Bumblebee, the repainted version of the off-road Bumblebee but now come with Sandwich Wiki. And Study Series number 78 was the Revenge of the Fallen version of Sideswipe, which was the remolded version from the number 29 Dark of the Moon version of Sideswipe. And unfortunately, Study Series number 79 was the disappointing figures of the Age of Extinction Deluxe Class High Octane Bumblebee. Then Study Series number 80 was brought from the Bumblebee movie. The figure was surprisingly one of the better ones from the Bumblebee movie. Then we have Study Series Bumblebee movie Wheeljack at number 81. This design was definitely the better Wheeljack design between this movie and the Rise of Beast movie. Then number 82 was Study Series Ratchet from the Bumblebee movie. Surprisingly, this was a fairly simple figure but looked very accurate to the CGI model of Ratchet in the Bumblebee movie. Next, number 83 was Study Series Soundwave from the Bumblebee movie, which was a very good design that was very accurate to the robot model. Soundwave was even more interesting for the fact that it could be compatible with many core class figures for the Study Series line. And Study Series 84 was the Ironhide model from the Bumblebee movie. This was basically a remolded and repainted version of Study Series Bumblebee movie Ratchet. Then Study Series 85 is Study Series RC from the Bumblebee movie, which was a really interesting design. Then Study Series number 87 is the Dark of the Moon version of Study Series Bumblebee. This is basically a remolded version and repainted version from Study Series 49 and Study Series 74. Next, number 88, we have Study Series Sideswipe, which is from the Revenge of the Fallen movie. The figure was surprisingly accurate and possible for such a deluxe class figures. Next, for number 89, we have another Study Series Thundercrackers, which is a Seekers from the Bumblebee movie and a remolded version from the Study Series 72 Starstream. Then, the Study Series 90 was Galvatron from Age of Extinction. At the time that these figures came out, it was so good that such a complicated design got transformed into a very clean robot mode with no backpack. Then, number 91 was our mighty Transformer Revenge of the Fallen himself. Most of us have waited so long for these figures to come out and it really didn't disappoint. Next, number 92 was Study Series Crosshair from The Last Night. This figure was such a good figure that it actually accommodated transcord design from The Last Night Crosshair into the vehicle mode very nicely. Then we have number 93 Hot Rod, which also was a banger figure. This wave was one of the best wave ever from the Study Series line, with every single figures being bangers. Then number 95 was the Study Series Nest Bone Crusher, which is basically just a repainted version from Study Series 33 Bone Crusher. And number 96 was another Nest figure, Study Series Nest Ratchet, which is the repainted version from Study Series 04 Ratchet. And number 97 was our very first Massimo figures in the Study Series line, Hellraiser. Hellraiser was definitely the least accurate figures from the Massimo, considering that the Beast mode was non-accurate and the robot mode was not even in the movie. Then we have Study Series 98 Cheetah, which is fairly accurate in robot mode but inaccurate in the Beast mode. Number 99 was our first Terrorcon Study Series Rise of the Beast Battle Trap, which was very accurate in both the robot mode and the vehicle mode. And yes, for number 100, we have another Bumblebee, Study Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, which was arguably one of the best Bumblebee figures of this line. At number 101, we have the leader of the Terrorcon, Scourge. Because the figure was based on the concept art of Scourge instead of the actual movie design, this figure was a little inaccurate. At number 102, we finally have the Rise of the Beast figures of Optimus Prime, which is the improved version from the Study Series 38 Bumblebee movie Optimus. This figure was so good, probably on par with the Study Series 32 mold, that's why it got KO for so many times. At number 103 was Study Series Massimo Rhino. Similar to Blitzwing, this figure was one of the few that actually got a different look from promotional image. At number 104, we have Study Series Nightbird from the Rise of Beast movie. Although the figures still look really nice, but most people still think that the mainline deluxe class Nightbird is better. At number 105, we have Study Series Mirage from the Rise of Beast movie, which is one of those figures that have promotional image being different from the actual products. At number 106, we have study series Optimus Primal, which was almost the best study series Massimo. Primal actually came with the tram warp skis from the Rise to Beast movie. Primal was almost perfect if not for his small beast mode and the inaccurate head in robot mode. At number 107, we have the first Predacon Scorponok. Although this figure is technically inaccurate due to this color scheme never appears in the movie, but this figure is very good army builder. And Study Series 108 was the Rise of Beast version of Wheeljack, which was the figures that disappointed so many of the fans for the fact that it looked nothing like the version of Wheeljack in Bumblebee movie. Number 109, we have the Leader Class concept art Megatron from the Bumblebee movie, a figure which looked extremely good and represent really well the G1 design of Megatron. At number 110, we finally have the Voyager class Shockwave from the Bumblebee movie, which was an upscale and improved version of the core class study series Shockwave. The figure looks so accurate to the CGI model of Shockwave in the Bumblebee movie and also rounded up the 3 leader Decepticon from the Bumblebee movie. And at number 111, we have another concept art figure from the Bumblebee movie, Sunstriker. And number 112 was our first Transformer 1 study series figures, the most evolved version of Orient Pax, Optimus Prime. And at number 113, we have study series Skyward from the Bumblebee movie, which was essentially a remolded and repainted version from the study series 72 Starstream. And number 114 was our version of Transformer 1 Megatron, which was technically still D16 at the time. Number 115, we finally have the Terrorcon Double Punch from the Rise of Beast movie, which was only one of the many Scorpion soldiers that we saw in the movie. And at number 116, we have a remolded version of Study Series Optimus Primal, F-Link. Study Series F-Link will come with another version of the Tram Warp skis at the beginning of the movie. And unlike some of the promotional images which come with the regular open mouth mask, this version will come with a face mask, which would be the accurate head for Optimus Primal. And at number 117, we finally have a new and updated version of the Beetle Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie. These figures finally open the new doors of opportunities for us to potentially see remake version of existing figures from the studio series line, including many not really good figures listed in here. Although study series number 118 and 119 have not been announced yet, but they are probably either the study series 9 Prime Optimus from the Age of Extinction or the Last Night movie, and the Dark of the Moon version of study series Wheeljack. Next, we have a ton of study series core class figures including Bumblebee movie Ravage, concept art Rumble, and concept art Frenzy, The Last Night Mohawk, Dark of the Moon Blazerbeak, Rise of the Beast Noah Diaz, Terrorcon Freezer, and Terrorcon Novakin. Besides, we also have many anniversary pack for study series. The first anniversary pack was released in 2022 as an Amazon exclusive for the Autobot from the 2007 movie. In the same years, we also have the 15th anniversary pack for the Decepticon from the 2007 movie. And in 2024, we finally have the 15th anniversary pack for the Revenge of the Fallen movie, including the Jetfire and Optimus combination. Besides, we also get a second chance to actually obtain the 3 sisters from the Revenge of the Fallen movie, Gomia, RC, and Elita 1.